Welcome to Pyuncut Life Philosophy. Welcome, dear listeners, to another episode of Pyuncut Life Philosophy, where we dive deep into the timeless wisdom that shapes our understanding of life, love, and existence. Today, we're exploring a profound teaching from the Indian mystic and spiritual teacher Osho. What will happen tomorrow, we will see tomorrow. This simple yet powerful idea invites us to release our grip on the future, to embrace the present moment, and to find freedom in letting go of the need to control what lies ahead. In this episode, we'll unpack the philosophy behind this teaching, explore its roots in Osho's broader spiritual framework, and reflect on how it can transform the way we live our lives. So settle in, open your heart, and let's journey into the wisdom of living fully in the now. Introduction: the call to live in the present. Osho, born Chandra Mohan Jain in 1931, was a revolutionary figure in the world of spirituality, known for his bold, unorthodox approach to life's deepest questions. His teachings blend elements of Zen, Advaita Vedanta, Sufism, and existentialism, all woven together with a fierce commitment to individual freedom and self-awareness. At the heart of his philosophy is a call to awaken, to break free from the conditioning of society, religion, and the mind's endless chatter. The phrase hoga, dekhenge captures one of his core insights: the futility of obsessing over the future and the liberation that comes from surrendering to the present. This teaching challenges us to confront a universal human tendency, our fixation on tomorrow. We plan, we worry, we dream, and we fear, all about a future that doesn't yet exist. Osho's words are a gentle yet radical reminder that the only moment we truly have is this one. By letting go of our need to predict or control what's to come, we open ourselves to a life of spontaneity, trust, and deep inner peace. Let's dive into the key themes of this teaching, explore its emotional and transformative depth, and uncover how it can guide us toward a more vibrant, authentic existence. The core idea: releasing the burden of tomorrow. At its essence, Osho's teaching is about presence. The phrase, "what will happen tomorrow, we will see tomorrow," is not a dismissal of responsibility or planning, but a rejection of the mental prison we create when we live in anticipation of the future. Osho often spoke of the mind as a, quote, chattering monkey, constantly swinging between the past and the future, rarely resting in the now. This restlessness, he argued, is the root of our suffering. When we fixate on what might happen tomorrow, whether it's a fear of failure, a hope for success, or an expectation of joy, we rob ourselves of the richness of the present moment. To illustrate this, let's consider a common scenario. You're sitting with a loved one, sharing a quiet moment, but your mind is elsewhere, worrying about a work deadline or imagining a future conversation. In that moment, you're not truly there. The laughter, the warmth, the connection, it all slips through your fingers because you're living in a time that doesn't exist. Osho's teaching invites us to drop this habit, to return to the here and now, where life is actually happening. This idea resonates with a famous saying attributed to Lao Tzu: "If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present." Osho's words echo this wisdom, urging us to release the mental weight of tomorrow and trust that when tomorrow arrives, we will meet it with the same awareness and aliveness we bring to this moment. Key themes: spontaneity, trust, and freedom. Osho's teaching unfolds into several interconnected themes that form the backbone of his philosophy: spontaneity, trust in existence, and the freedom that comes from surrendering control. Let's explore each of these in depth. 1. Spontaneity, dancing with the moment. Osho often described life as a dance, a flow of energy that cannot be choreographed in advance. To live spontaneously is to move with this flow, responding to each moment as it arises, without being bound by rigid plans or expectations. In his discourses, Osho emphasized that spontaneity is not recklessness, but a state of deep attunement to the present. When we let go of our obsession with tomorrow, we become free to act from a place of intuition and authenticity. Consider the archetype of the child, which Osho frequently referenced. A child doesn't worry about tomorrow's meals or whether they'll be loved next week. They laugh, cry, play, and explore with total immersion in the moment. This childlike quality is what Osho invites us to reclaim. As he once said, life is not a problem to be solved, but a mystery to be lived. By embracing spontaneity, we step into the mystery, allowing life to unfold in its own unpredictable, beautiful way. 2. Trust in existence, surrendering to the unknown. At the heart of hoga dekhenge is a profound trust in existence. Osho believed that life is inherently intelligent, that the universe is not a chaotic, hostile place, but a supportive, creative force. When we stop trying to control the future, we align ourselves with this intelligence, trusting that whatever comes will be exactly what we need for our growth. This trust is not blind faith, but a deep knowing that life is always moving toward balance and harmony. Osho often drew on the wisdom of Zen masters to illustrate this point. For example, the Zen saying, "When you walk, walk. When you sit, sit. Above all, don't wobble," speaks to the power of being fully present and trusting the moment to guide us. By letting go of our need to predict or manipulate tomorrow, we surrender to a greater wisdom, one that transcends our limited understanding. 3. Freedom from the mind's cage. Perhaps the most transformative aspect of Osho's teaching is the freedom it offers. When we stop living in the future, we break free from the mind's endless cycle of worry, planning, and regret. This freedom is not just mental but existential. It's the freedom to be who we are, unburdened by the weight of what might happen. Osho's philosophy is deeply liberating because it reminds us that we are not defined by our fears or ambitions, but by our capacity to live fully in the now. This theme resonates with the words of the Sufi poet Rumi. Beyond the ideas of wrongdoing and right-doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. For Osho, this field is the present moment, a space beyond judgment, fear, and control, where we can encounter life in its purest form. Pivotal insights, the emotional and transformative depth. To truly grasp the power of Osho's teaching, we must look at its emotional and transformative impact. Living in the present is not just a philosophical concept. It's a practice that reshapes how we experience ourselves and the world. Let's explore 3 pivotal insights that emerge from this teaching. 1. The end of anxiety. One of the most immediate benefits of embracing hoga dekhenge is the dissolution of anxiety. Anxiety thrives on our obsession with the future. What if I fail? What if I lose what I love? What if things don't go as planned? Osho's teaching cuts through this mental noise, reminding us that the future is an illusion. All we have is this moment, and in this moment we are whole, complete, and alive. This insight can be profoundly liberating. Imagine waking up each day without the weight of tomorrow's uncertainties. Instead of being paralyzed by what-ifs, you meet each challenge as it comes, with clarity and courage. This shift doesn't mean problems disappear, but it changes how we relate to them. As Osho himself said, the moment you accept yourself as you are, all burdens disappear. 2. The joy of being. Another transformative insight is the rediscovery of joy. When we live in the present, we open ourselves to the simple, profound beauty of existence, the warmth of the sun, the sound of laughter, the taste of a meal. These moments, often overlooked in our rush toward the future, become sources of deep fulfillment. Osho's teaching invites us to slow down, to savor life's textures, and to find joy in the ordinary. This resonates with the words of the Indian poet Rabindranath Tagore. The butterfly counts not months, but moments, and has time enough. By living in the now, we reclaim time, not as a scarce resource to be managed, but as an infinite well of moments to be cherished. 3. The courage to be vulnerable. Finally, Osho's teaching calls us to embrace vulnerability. Letting go of the future means accepting the unknown, which can feel terrifying. Yet, in this surrender, we find courage. The courage to face life without a script, to love without guarantees, to live without clinging to certainty. This vulnerability is not weakness, but strength, a willingness to meet life with an open heart. The climax, a revelatory moment. Imagine a moment in your life when everything feels uncertain, a job loss, a heartbreak, a crossroads. Your mind races, spinning stories of what might happen next. You feel trapped, weighed down by the need to know, to control, to secure the future. Then, in a quiet moment, you hear Osho's words. What will happen tomorrow? We will see tomorrow. Something shifts. You take a deep breath, feel the ground beneath your feet, and realize that in this moment, you are okay. You don't need to solve tomorrow's problems today. You don't need to carry the weight of the unknown. This is the revelatory climax of Osho's teaching, a moment of surrender that feels like coming home. It's the realization that the present is enough, that you are enough, that life is enough. In this moment, you step out of the mind's cage and into the vast open space of now. You feel lighter, freer, more alive. The worries of tomorrow don't disappear, but they lose their power to define you. You are here, fully here, and that is everything. Conclusion: living the wisdom of now. As we come to the close of this exploration, let's carry Osho's teaching into our lives. Kul Kyao Hoga Wu Kul Dekhenge is more than a phrase. It's an invitation to trust life, to embrace the unknown, and to live with the courage of a child and the wisdom of a sage. It reminds us that the present moment is not just a fleeting point in time, but a doorway to eternity, a space where we can touch the infinite. So, dear listener, as you move through your day, pause, breathe. Notice the world around you, the rustle of leaves, the warmth of your coffee cup, the beating of your heart. Let tomorrow take care of itself. As Osho would say, life is not a journey to be completed. It is a song to be sung. Sing it now, with all your heart, and trust that the melody will carry you exactly where you need to go. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Pyuncut Life Philosophy. Until next time, may you find peace in the present and joy in the mystery of life.